Hello everyone. I'm going to make this quick and short and to the point because that fan is doing a number on my already messy hair. I have a certain look. It's like a raccoon that just went through the garbage bag and my hair is the garbage bag. It is what it is. But the question that was posed to me was, how do I support free education if I drink all the money away? Now, I know, but there are a certain section of people in this world who don't think logically, who don't think clearly, and they actually believe that all of the donations I get, I spend on beer. All I can say about that is you see, let's say that I get a $10 donation every day. Let's just say that for the sake of this argument. In Cambodia, that equals 20 beers. So mathematically, if I am spending all my money just on beer, that would mean I am drinking 20 beers a day. Now, I'm not exactly an in shape kind of guy, but I have lost a lot of weight here. I don't have a big beer belly. I don't walk around the streets drunk. And there are days and even weeks that go by when I don't even have a single beer. I started the whole beer row thing because it was a fun way to ask people for donations. People were becoming critical of me begging for money all the time. I thought I'd make it fun. Make it something people could get into. They get their name on a card and everybody's happy. But that's not good enough for most people because they take things way too seriously. They take things way too literally. And there are people out there that think that I can drink 20 beers a day, still do my lesson plans, still do my teaching, still get out and walk around, and somehow, magically, have it not affect me at all. How that's supposed to happen scientifically, I don't know. But it would be terrible if there are people that can drink 20 beers a day. It would be horrible. Horrible. So I can assure you that the money you spend to be my bureau has a lot less to do with actual beer than what you might perceive. I didn't think I would ever have to say that because I figure, and I was probably right, the majority of you are intelligent enough, you think enough to realize that. My last donation, my last bureau, Mr. Shane D, what did that go toward? Well, if you don't know, Singlai has a cooking channel, and on that cooking channel, you'll see a little tiny cutting board. She often chops and slices and dices things with a single steak knife that is dull and the tip is broke off. We used to have a chef's knife, but that broke in half, so we had to throw it away. So at the market the other day, we took some of that bureau donation money She got herself a new knife, a new cutting board, a metal bowl for her to make all her awesome sauces and pastes in. And we got that really, really inexpensively. After we negotiated, of course. So, don't take it literally when I say, hey, I want you to be a bureau and donate at the link you see on the screen. I don't mean that to tell you that I'm going to take your money and actually buy nothing but beer. Okay? It's meant to be fun. It's meant to be a little humorous. Whether it is or not is a matter of opinion. Sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. But don't take it personally. That's all I'm saying. So like I said, if you want to be my bureau, if you want to help me out and support free education, there's a link. If you don't want to, enjoy the rest of this video. Leave me a comment. Subscribe if you want to see future videos and all that good stuff. All right. On with the video. Hey guys, I'm glad it's finally raining here. An unexpected April rain shower. Feels pretty good though. You hear the thunder in the distance. Had some lightning earlier. We were going to head out today with Luke, but those plans are on hold. But still, that gives me time to work on something awesome, which I'm going to be talking about later in the video. So stay tuned for that. Alright guys, people have been asking for apartment tours of varying prices. They want to see some of the less expensive ones. You can see my apartment in a video I have almost when I first moved here. You got to scroll down a bit, but mine's 170. This is Luke's apartment. There's Luke. There's Leap. There's Sanglai. As you can see, it came with most of the furniture here, like the little sofa, of course the bed, desk, wardrobe. It does have aircon and of course the fan. So this is like the main area. And his costs $130. Yeah. Right. Now, of course, it didn't come with all this. This is all his stuff. Okay. And then in here, you got the sliding door in the kitchen area. Little fridge. Pretty big kitchen area. Kitchen is bigger than mine. His apartment is just a little smaller, not by a lot though, but his kitchen is bigger, as you can see. And then in here is the bathroom. Toilet, sink, shower, hot water, and of course the bum gun. So yeah, this is a standard, typical apartment, studio apartment in town. Got the windows if you want to open those up for a breeze. Like I said, it's $130 a month, $130 deposit generally, and you pay for your electric. And water's included here, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So
is internet.
Yeah, free internet. Water is included. If you wanted cable, you would have to pay for that, and of course you pay for your own electric. So here we go. See? It's great if you're one or two people. It works great. I don't buy a lot of stuff, so having a smaller room doesn't bother me. Of course, it would be up to you if you prefer someplace bigger. But this is what you can get for $130. Now, the place where he lives does currently has 2 more rooms available. So if you are in Siem Reap, I can hook you up there if you're looking for an inexpensive studio apartment. He lives on the 2nd floor. Both of the apartments available right now here are on the ground floor though, so you would have no stairs, and it would be over that way. And they're both $130 also. All right. Talk to you later. All right, guys, speaking of the market, as I was, here we are at the old market. Luke and his girl are down here somewhere. So other people have asked some questions that I'll try to answer the best I can. And I want to thank them for asking in a civilized manner, unlike some of you heathens. But they wanted to know about masks. Should I be wearing a mask as a foreigner? What's the situation like there? And that is, like everything else during this virus, a complicated thing. It's not exactly straightforward. As you can see, looking around, you don't see a lot of masks being worn by anybody, locals or not. Now, I've heard 2 things. I've heard that you should wear a mask out of respect for the locals because there was that anti-foreigner sentiment that we had brought in the disease. So to make them feel safe, we should wear a mask. And then, on the other hand, there's the sentiment that if you're a foreigner wearing a mask, that means you are sick. That's why you're wearing one, because it's not common to see foreigners wearing one. So that could go either way. So it's kind of really hard to say. But I think I'm a pretty astute dude. You know, I pay attention to things. I like things. I do all the up close and personal kind of shopping. I just kind of hang back as far as I can. We come to the markets in the afternoon instead of the morning, even though most things are closed and it's not as exciting. Still, there's a lot less people. So since I've been here, I have noticed a little increase in the amount of people that do wear masks, but not a huge increase. It's certainly not one day everybody put one on. To protect themselves. Also keep in mind that the masks you get here are, from a practical point, not the philosophical point that people might feel safer around you, but from a practical point, the masks here do not stop the spread of any virus, and it's not going to stop you from getting it either. I think there's also a factor of knowing people, if I can say that. Like I see the same people every day. We're down here all the time, all the markets. You walk down the street, just like any other neighborhood. People know each other. We say hello, we talk. And I think the longer you're here, the more you're kind of accepted, if I can use that word. Like they know I've been here way before this whole thing started. So they might not be as wary of me as somebody they don't know or don't know very well. Like, hey, this guy just got here right before it started. They might be more cautious with him. Because, like I said, I have not yet had any negative experiences because I'm a foreigner, whether I'm wearing a mask or not. So, we're getting some of my favorite noodles. These are the long, flat rice noodles. I really like these. Very, very good. So yeah,
If you're wondering about that, that is the reason why. But if the situation ever changes, it's not as if I'm opposed to wearing one, should the need arise. I just don't think, for me anyway, it's necessary at the current moment. Of course, the way this is spreading with information coming out every day, and even some scientific minds not really agreeing on some issues, it's hard to dictate to anybody what your course of action should be, except for the normal. Wash your hands frequently for at least 20 seconds. If you got to sneeze or cough, do it into your bent elbow. Clean off your most used surfaces as much as possible, and try to avoid large groups and stay away from people who are sick. That's kind of been the information from day one. And no matter what other information comes out, that's the information that is still on the WHO website, the CDC website. This is what everybody will agree is the best way to avoid either receiving or spreading the virus at this time. Until another solution comes up, just keep doing those things. And when it comes to the peripheries, to wear a mask is useless anyway, or not to, make your own judgment. If people are kind of looking at you in a way that would indicate we want you to wear one, put one on. You don't have to be a dick about it. But then again, if it seems to be okay, then I wouldn't really worry about it here. This, of course, probably does not apply to other parts of the world because they have been hit harder. They have a lot more cases, a lot more deaths, a lot more restrictions and lockdowns. So it is going to be country dependent on what you do. All right, on to the good news. What was my good news that I talked about earlier in this video, in the clip at the beginning, that I worked on because, of course, it was raining all afternoon. There was nowhere to go. Well, I had a YouTube channel called They, They, and what I was doing with that, I only had one subscriber, and what I was doing was making a kind of a web series, a fictional web series about a man who wakes up in a strange place. He doesn't know where he is, he doesn't know what country he's in, but he's being held, even though he never sees anybody, no other people, no other guards, or no guards, but strange things happening to him. Voices coming through speakers telling him he has to make a video about water. But when he does so, he gets a reward, maybe some extra food, things like that. And oddly enough, the food magically appears in front of his door after he's completed his mission. There's a knock on the door. He opens it up. Nobody there, but there's some rice or something else that he wasn't given since his arrival. So I know where it's going, and I know what I wanted to do. And I said all that to say that I put all those videos on private. I basically took down that channel, made a new channel, made a new banner for it, new profile picture, new description. And what I'm doing is I made a channel called Learn English in Cambodia. And what I'm doing is specifically an English learning channel for people here. And I'm taking translations, or I'm taking the English and translating it to Khmer so they can read it. And I pronounce it the best I can, even though it's not perfect. It's not going to be perfect. But still, the main point is that they can understand it enough to know what I'm saying and then practice the English. Now, these lessons I put online are not going to be as in-depth as the ones I do in class or on my online classes, But they're great for students to pick up the basics of what lessons they're learning. All of these lessons are things I am teaching in my actual classes, if that makes sense. The videos are there for anybody, but they're geared more toward just Khmer people. So there's a link down below for that channel if you want to check it out. Keep in mind, most of these videos are going to be very simple because most of my students are beginners and they need me to take things slow. They need me to repeat the words several times. But this gives them a chance to go back on lessons we do in class that they might be confused about. They always will have that channel for more information. Like the first video I posted, and there's only one up now, was about time, how we say time in English, the words we use compared to the words in Khmer, and how it differs. So that was my good news. I finally got to work on that. I didn't want to put it up until I had finished the banner, the YouTube header, and put the description in the channel and all that good stuff. Alright, apparently Singlai is still in there buying groceries. I thought she was just going to get some noodles and go, but apparently I was wrong. As I often am. Alright, so be sure to check out all my links down below. There's links for everything. If you want to donate to help support free education, you can do that. There's also a Patreon page if you want to join that. By doing either, you will receive exclusive videos, updates, and more that are not available anywhere else online. Just for you. I make videos. I give you updates on the students, show you some classes, let you meet the students and all that good stuff. Also, I have 3 books. Those are all down below. If you want to read something, feel free to check those out. All of my social media is down below. If you want to keep up on additional things I don't put on YouTube, that would be the place to do it. And other channels in Cambodia that are making content you might enjoy. Those are all linked down below as well for you to peruse. And also there's an organization called House of Strays that take care of sick animals here. They attempt to bring them back to health. They foster them, they adopt them, they keep them, they feed them, and they do a lot of work with the street animals by giving them medicine and things of that nature. Check out their Facebook page, and if you want to, it's a good cause. If you want to donate to them, they would appreciate it, because animals are suffering here too. Alright, be sure to leave me a comment if you have any questions you want me to answer. I'll be happy to do it. And I will talk to you guys in the next one.